For most people, life follows the same pattern. Wake up, commute, work, come home, repeat. 5 days a week. For 40 years. They call it stability. They call it security. But what they don't tell you is the real cost. The 9-5 life doesn't just cost you time. It costs you freedom. It costs you energy. And over decades, it can cost you millions. Let's do the math. If you work 40 hours a week for 40 years, that's over 80,000 hours of your life. 80,000 hours. Traded for a salary. That barely keeps up with inflation. Now think about this. If you earn $3,000 a month and spend most of it on rent, food, and bills, you're not building wealth. You're surviving. The system teaches you to value job security. But real wealth is built on ownership. Ownership of skills. Ownership of assets. Ownership of your time. So why do most people stay in the trap? Because it feels safe. Predictable income. Routine. Familiar stress. But comfort is expensive. When you stop learning, you stop increasing your value. And when your value stays the same, your income stays the same. Meanwhile, prices rise. Opportunities move. And time keeps ticking. The biggest risk isn't leaving. The biggest risk is staying stuck. So if the trap is obvious, why don't more people escape it? Because the system trains obedience. From school, you're rewarded for following instructions, for sitting still, for memorizing, not creating. You're taught how to be employable, but not how to be valuable. There's a difference. Employable means someone can use you. Valuable means you can create. And the moment you stop creating, your income becomes capped by someone else's decision. Promotions are controlled. Raises are limited. Your time is owned. And slowly, without noticing, your ambition shrinks to fit your paycheck. That's how the trap works. Not with chains, but with comfort. Let's look deeper at the numbers. Imagine you save $200 a month. That's $2,400 a year. After 10 years, that's $24,000. Sounds decent. But now imagine building a skill that generates an extra $1,000 per month. That's $12,000 per year. $120,000 in 10 years. Same time. Different strategy. Most people focus on cutting expenses. Very few focus on increasing value. And value is what scales. Time doesn't scale. Energy doesn't scale. But skill does. That's the shift. There are only 3 ways to escape the trap. Leverage skills. Leverage capital. Or leverage media. Skills let you charge more. Capital lets your money work for you. Media lets you reach people without trading hours. If you rely only on time, you will always be limited. Because time is finite. The wealthy don't sell time. They build systems. Systems pay them. While they sleep. While they travel. While they learn. That's leverage. And leverage is freedom. You don't need to quit tomorrow. You need a plan. Start by tracking your time for 7 days. See where it actually goes. Then ask yourself one question. Does this hour build my future? Or just maintain my present? Replace 1 wasted hour per day with skill development. 1 hour per day is 365 hours per year. That's almost 9 full work weeks. Invested in yourself. 9 weeks per year. Compounding for 5 years. Changes everything. This is how exits are built. Not emotionally. Strategically. The 9-5 trap isn't broken. It's functioning exactly as designed. It gives you just enough to stay comfortable. Just enough to avoid risk. Just enough to postpone ambition. But comfort has a deadline. At some point, you either control your time, or someone else does. And the difference between those 2 lives isn't luck. It's ownership. Ownership of skill. Ownership of risk. Ownership of growth. You don't escape the trap in one decision. You escape it in hundreds of small ones. Every book you read. Every skill you practice. Every hour you protect. Freedom isn't dramatic. It's built quietly. And one day, it shows up loudly. Build your leverage. Increase your value. Respect your time. Because the exit isn't given, it's engineered.